Here we go. Another week starts. Another week, that's when it starts, Monday. Who we got here? Good morning, good morning. You know where we are and what we are doing. It'll be over soon. It'll be over sometime soon. Our long nightmare will soon be over. We'll get on to a different nightmare. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. John's here early today. So what's happening today? This Monday morning, it's a normal Monday. Actually, it's not a normal Monday. It's a national holiday here in Japan. But because we're a shop, it doesn't make much difference to us. And the printers, they're on their own time. They're upstairs. Sugu-san will be coming. Dei-chan, I've already taken their paper out. Paper's out, yes, thank you, thank you. And Cameron, because he's an office guy, could be off on national holidays sometimes. But he's in today. I think he's probably going to leave early. As well, I'm on the way to Ome tonight. Show and tell. We've got something to show you. It's not the typical auction show and tell, but there is something to show you. In the meantime, let's get some work done. There's also news on the, I don't know if Markku-san is here today. Markku from Finland, the young man who's been working on the Hasegawa typeface, the Hasegawa font. That's right, Ome is no longer just for a haircut. Ome is time for a bath, right? Fair enough. I don't know if Markku-san's here today. I got an email from him last night along with some attachments. And what he says is well, it's not the final version, but it's the ready-to-go version. He has got the font ready for public distribution. I've got the web page basically ready, the download section. All that's left for me now to do is make the video. So once I get back from Ome, I'll be back Wednesday afternoon. So sometime on Thursday or Friday, I'll be getting the camera set up, making the next YouTube video, and we'll be announcing the Hasegawa font to the world. He's done a fabulous job, just over the top, just too much. Part of it is because he's European, so lots of the European languages need different, alternate forms of these letters. Like French has E acute and accents and all that stuff. There are many, 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 many more required to do a good coverage of the European lettering. And he spent months, literally months, getting everything ready. And it's looking really, really, really good. I think yes, I did. I just took the tip off my knife, so I think we'll have to stop here for a minute and have some sharpening in just a second. The actual tip is missing on my knife. I'm not sure if I did this just now or if I did it yesterday. There was an interview here yesterday. I had to sit down, and I don't have a specific TV block, so I sat here, I carved away at some pieces of this octopus head while they were filming and stuff, shooting. It was for a semi-video, semi-web magazine. And I think I broke the tip of the knife. So, time for a bit of sharpening. dropping frames, not at this end. Totally okay at this end. Full Wi-Fi power, 4000 kbs stream, no drop frames. We're looking good here. And I fear we're not at the end of it yet. We've got maybe another centimetre left of this one, perhaps. It's hard to tell here. How far down is it going? Yeah, I've got about a centimetre left, maybe half an inch or so. But it'll be time to move on. I don't remember last time I changed blades. I couldn't be, it must be a long time ago. The amount of carving I'm doing these days is next to nothing. So. Okay, here we go. That's the 400 stone, what would be called an arato, rough stone, if it was a traditional Japanese stone. Next one's about 1000 grit, and this would be the nakato, medium stone, if I were using the traditional stones. It really doesn't need much. I just have to take a tiny bit of metal off. Major woodworkers or people working with planes or whatever, wide pieces of steel. Sharpening can be a really big deal, long and involved job. But on these tiny, tiny knives, there's such a small amount of steel that needs to be removed. It's just a matter of a few seconds work. I think back to the early years when I was doing this, and back in Canada and the early years here in Japan before I understood how to do this. I dreaded sharpening. It was just, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Because every time I tried to do it, I would make my knife worse. But actually, it's no big deal. It's really quite simple. The key here, of course, is the angle, getting yourself in a position where you can maintain the angle. Okay, that's done. And the final stone, for the final step of the 3 steps, it's always a 3-stage process when you chip the knife. So I'm using an actual real stone. I could, I'm sure, use a diamond stone for this one as well, a steel diamond stone. But I can't bring myself to quite totally separate from the traditional idea. So for the last one, the shiageto, the finishing stone, for the last one I use a real stone. But there's no specific logical reason for it. And in fact, it's a bit of a downside because this one already now, this has started to become a bit, I don't know, what's the word? I don't know, it's bowed a little bit in the middle. It's waiting for me to address it. when I was using stones, the rough one, the arato, that needed dressing frequently. Every month or so I had to dress that, because part of the concept of being the strong stone, the rough one, is that it really grinds out quickly, and as it itself wears out quickly. So on the rough stone you tend to get these bevels and holes and scoops in it, and you can't sharpen a flat knife on a round stone. So in the old days I was dressing these things all the time. But now it's just my shiagito that needs dressing. Okay, with it zoomed out, you can see where we've come. We started at the, you can even maybe see the density change. I'm not sure if it's clear. This was the beginning of the text. When you read the page, it's right to left, reversed, of course, from where we are. The calligrapher, when he was writing it out, he started with quite a wide spread between the lines. And the density is low here. But as he went across the page, filling in the story, which he must have already had prepared on a separate sheet, he realized he was starting to run out of space. So the lines get closer and closer together, and the whole thing is much more dense. And he's even put lines in between the lines partway along. And he did make it to the end, and then there's a section at the bottom where the young octopus has his say. Hey, Daddy, get out of the way. I want to turn, or whatever it is down there. Okay, let's get back to it here. Where am I? Get the section locked here. Okay, missing some of this. Is this the most text that I've done on any single print? I guess so. I think so. What have I done before? I did one of my Sudimoto prints. I did a big block of a poetry on there. On all the poets' prints, I did a long poem on each print. So cumulatively, it's much more text than this. 10 years of it. But on any single piece of wood, no. I guess this is the most. I don't remember really. I'm paraphrasing it, but it's out there if you go searching on Wiki. I think there's a Wikipedia page of this that has the actual transliteration of this. I just don't remember what he says off the top of my head. But the information's out there. And again, as we were talking the other day, once I get to the end of this, there are other jobs that are actually now getting closer and closer down my railroad track, and we're coming up to our gift print season. As I mentioned before, the gift print has to be ready for sale October the 10th. It's the single biggest, most important event of the year for us. Well, maybe not. Announcing the new subscription series is the most important event of the year. But the gift print is the single print that we sell the most copies of in any year. And 2 years ago, we had a gangbuster with the owl in Moonlight. And last year we had a good one with the Kingfisher, but we need another gangbuster this year, and we've got it planned. We know what we're going to be doing. And again, not teasing, just mentioning, we know what we're going to be doing. And I have to start carving fairly soon, because if we need hundreds of copies ready for sale by October 10th, our printers need early time to get going. So I've got to get those blocks ready. Now that I think about it, I've got to get those blocks ready real soon now. So maybe even before I get to the end of the song, I'm going to have to be switching to that job to do the carving on this year's gift print. It's one of Dave's annual jobs. And this year, actually, there's a double twist to it. One of our most popular, what's the word? Repeat. I know, the gift print is a new one every year, but we also, of course, have the regular repertoire. And our single most popular print for all the years is the one of a crane. There's a crane at sunrise. It's a print with lots of embossing on it. And we've now reached the point where the key block for that print, not the embossing block, the key block for that print has worn out beyond the point where the prints are acceptable. And I've been hearing this from our printers during the year as they've been doing batches these days. We're getting close to this. I don't know if I can get a good job anymore. And I've just sort of hand waved them away. Yeah, we're good to go. It's okay. Just keep it up. Keep it up. But the last batch that Kawai-san did print, I had to reject a whole bunch of them because of block wear. And it pissed him off, of course, and he's right. So that job also was waiting for me. I have to recut or cut a new set of blocks for our crane at Sunrise. It's number 19 in our catalog. And we could just let it go out of print, but hey, it's a popular item. And we have to start doing what the old publishing houses did, just recut another set of blocks. I mean, the very first publisher who did the Great Wave back all those years ago, same thing. It sold out, and he must have had to get busy with another set of blocks. So that job's waiting, competing for my time. So I don't know when this Octopus is going to finally see the light of day. Our other two carvers here, Chon-san and Kawasaki-san, they've got regular work, regular projects going on. Chon-san's doing all the subscription prints. Kawasaki-san's been doing, she was doing the nickel cats, the sushi cats, which are ready, the first three of them. And she's been working on a special project, which I'll show you. That's part of the show and tell today. So I'm the odd man out. I'm the one who will have to do this gift print job. I can't wait till you see that. The gift print idea, we've been tossing it around back and forth within the company. And what should we do? What should we do? We need something dynamite. What should we do? And we've been, shaking our heads about this because we've been thinking about this for months. And I finally did come up with the idea a few weeks ago. And when I told Cameron about it, he's just, oh my God. I forget what he said. The internet is going to melt or something like this. I don't know. And then when I showed Suga-san, she just put her head in her hands. No, please, no. Old Man in the River? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not quite sure what you think. Are you thinking about a specific image in mind or something historical, or just the concept, Dave sitting in the river? No. We had the young girl in the bath, now there's the next Dave sitting in the river. A nice pair. No, it's something quite classical. But, you'll see it here first, I guess. We're not going to really announce the print itself until October, but those of you who are following the stream will see it first on this bench. The YouTube situation seems to be settling down a bit. It's not back to normal yet. And I'm still not sure what actually has happened. Our view counts are down substantially. The first day or 2 days of that chaos in the middle of last week, when YouTube algorithms changed and YouTube real-time analytics ran into trouble, our channels seem to have totally crashed to basically down to less than 10% views for normal time. And now it's sort of staggered back to life. We're up to, I can't tell exactly, 50, 60, 70% of normal views, but still way, way down. But we're not sure because the counts and analytics are still out of kilter. So we're not sure if we're hurt by the algorithm change or this is a temporary setback, a data problem that we can't see the views. I don't know. It looks like it might be a bit of both because our views went to 0 for a couple of days, the analytics. And that was perhaps a count problem. But the actual views now are quite a bit substantially lower than what they were. And when you Google around here and there, there's all kinds of discussion all over the net on what has happened on YouTube the last few weeks, the last month or so. And one of the major changes seems to be to family-friendly channels. There's been such chaos about channels that were aimed at kids, with people doing awful things with such channels and stuff like that. And I think YouTube, to a large extent, has started to stop promoting channels run by individuals. And they are now going with a safer version. Their recommendation engine is recommending stuff that's done by institutions or media companies or whatever, rather than individuals. There seems to be some kind of consensus out there that that's what's happening. And although our channel is completely family friendly, that's one of the categories that has been radically changed, radically hurt by the algorithm changes. We don't know. It's all chaos. It's up and down all over the place. Normally, when you're looking at the analytics on a normal time and a normal day, you can look in the analytics and you'll see a sudden spike. One of the videos has suddenly jumped. Within the course of 1 hour, it's gone up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of views. And we know what this is. It's somebody has posted to Reddit or something, or whatever it is. So it's easy for the analytics to show a jump in views. But what we're seeing now over on the analytics pages is a sudden crash in views. A video will be doing okay. In one given hour, it'll get to 2,500 views. And then in the next hour, it gets 10 views. And that doesn't make any sense. They can go up suddenly because of a recommendation. But the only way to come down suddenly is if YouTube's recommendation engine is not putting it over at the right-hand side. That's the only way it can happen. You can't erase something from Reddit in a way that you can just put something up on Reddit. So I don't know what they're doing. Nothing we can do about it. Just try and make our business model not to depend too much on YouTube, like we're really going. Oh, he's here. He's early. My God, early on holiday. Early in, early out, Same as me.
Yep.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How about you?
Okay. It's been busy here, actually, this weekend,
Oh, well, that's good.
August has been sleepy, but the last couple of days have been busy.
Well, good.
Full parties, sold out parties. People even buying prints. Oh, my God. Yes.
Whoa.
It's as your cameraman must want to get out of there by noon.
Actually.
Now that you mention that,
Yeah.
Both Cameron and Dave are trying to get out of here early today.
Yeah.
Now, that may not happen for me because there are party bookings. I have a responsibility that he doesn't have here. So, okay, here we go. Let's get that set up.
But you should still be able to get out before rush hour, right?
I hope so. It was giddy last night. I left here at 4 o'clock, but I still had to stand up. I finally got a seat at Shinjuku. But today, there's no salaryman today.
Oh, yeah, because it's empty.
Yes, but that means a lot more shopping and stuff. And those shopping people might be
Right.
trying to get home. So I really don't know what to...
I knew it was a holiday, but I guess I didn't understand the implications of that. The roads were all empty this morning, and I was surprised by
Well, your train, of course, you sit down train, right?
Yeah, the train was completely empty.
The holiday thing, salarymen, people working at a bank and stuff, they're at home.
Yep.
But schools are closed.
Schools are all closed anyway because it's summer break.
But I mean, universities, maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
But the other upside of it is, of course, people are out shopping and doing stuff in front of the trains.
But
so
not
it's a
necessarily because nothing
different
opens
flow
till
pattern.
10.
Yeah.
So right now it's just a desert.
Yeah. I wrote to you on your private account over the weekend. I'm sorry about that.
I
broke the
wrote
rules.
back too.
No. But the reason I did that is I misunderstood what had happened. And I wanted to send you that update on the YouTube. The YouTube views had gone to total zero.
Oh, yeah.
And then it did recover.
Right.
But the last news you had was that they were zero.
Right.
So I was thinking, Cameron went home Friday night. He's thinking, oh, crap, we're dead. YouTube, I got to do something. So then a couple of Instagram posts, kind of weak Instagram posts came up. So I just wanted to let you know, Cameron, YouTube is actually okay. You don't need to frantically post weak stuff to Instagram just to keep it busy. So that's why I put it to your private email. I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fine. I just had scheduled a bunch of small things just to keep it more.
They were kind of weak. So he's not panicking, but he's panicking, thinking, we got to get something else going here. So.
No, just a variety of lots of stuff.
Okay.
No, it's okay.
The normal rule is I would never send Cameron. He's got a company address, something at mokahankan.com, and he's got his private address, something at gmail.com.
Yeah.
And generally, I almost accept. Where's
never.
The key?
Where's
the key?
Yeah. When it's something we need to get in touch, then it works, and it's fine.
Couple of updates on Marku-san. I think he's on the stream this morning. I think I saw his name just a moment ago when I was idly seeing. He sent on a quote final version.
Okay.
I mean, we can see his character. It's not going to be the final version because he's going to play with this to the end of his life.
The good enough one.
Yes, the good enough version.
Cool.
So the next step now is I've got the video script ready, and when I get back from Ome Thursday, Friday, I'll make the video. Marku-san has sent a sort of a small video clip to put in here. It's a screen cap of him, just
tracing and stuff,
showing how the first step works. So
cool.
So we'll be ready to go.
Yeah. Excellent. Writing down Cameron's address, something at Gmail.
Okay, go ahead.
You can write to that address all you want.
Yeah, go ahead. I think I avoided doxing you there. I think right. Like people couldn't guess what it is or. Is Hilker a common name in America? I don't know.
Actually, very uncommon.
Very uncommon. So you've got.
I've not encounteed any.
Okay, so you've actually got an obvious Gmail address then, actually. When you think. Okay, all right. It's not a C Hooker 751 or whatever it is there, so. I still don't have a Gmail address. I've never done that.
Yeah. What is the holiday today? Yamanohi, Mountain Day. It's a very new one. It was only introduced 2 or 3 years ago, right?
The fortress got upset because there was an Umi no Hi. There was a sea day, and they're trying to balance it out and blah, blah. Today's not actually the holiday. Yesterday was the actual holiday. Today's, what do you call it? It's a bounce holiday. They're trying to make long weekends. They're trying to make basically one long weekend every month, which I get. Good idea.
Yeah.
Also, the numbers are in. Remember that 10-day holiday we had back at Golden Week, the way it lined up this year? The numbers are in on the economy because it's the first quarter, second quarter stuff it's in. The economy soared like crazy, up 4% for the quarter or something. And the consensus is because of 10 days in a row holiday. So.
Interesting.
So the powers that be are thinking about,
we need more holidays. Less work. No way.
Well, actually, Japan already has, compared to some other countries, actually has a lot of statutory holidays. Yeah. More than a lot of normal countries. The problem being, of course, that
people don't take them.
They're ignored,
A lot of people also have, what do they call it? Paid days off, and people just don't take them, like sick days and things.
Yeah. Well, I'm with that. To me, a sick day is not something you need. It's there as an insurance policy.
Right, yeah. Sick days, but then they also have separate vacation days that people just...
That whole idea of if you didn't take your sick days, then you do it all at once at the end of that thing. I don't buy that. To me, sick days are insurance.
Yeah.
Just because you pay your insurance policy, and just because you don't get sick, you don't all of a sudden get a payout.
Those monarchs says, we're still on the dream of the fisherman's wife.
Still in quotes, still in emphasis, still in bold caps. Yeah, sorry about it, guy. But life is what it is. I also just gave him the bad news. Well, I'm on the last main row
of the top.
But
text
Cameron,
box.
the gift print. I've got to do the gift print. It's probably going to interrupt this before I get to the end of this freaking line. October 10th, they've got to be ready for shipping. It's August 10th now, so we've got 2 months. They're going to have to print tons of copies.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be able to even get to the end of this before that job interrupts it. But having said that, when you see me carving the gift print, you are going to enjoy this with a capital ENJOY.
Yeah.
And the first day they see this, they are going to go
Next.
ballistic.
Yeah.
Ballistic.
Have you already started the tracing or rearranging things that need to be done for it? I don't want to hint too much.
In Ome last week, I picked up, I don't want to say more, but yes. Yep. I got the data last week in Ome, and I am now ready to start the physical production of the tracing.
Excellent.
I'm sort of teasing. I'm not really actually trying to tease here. I mean, we have to keep people updated on what we're doing. When some of that becomes that it sounds like teasing, I'm sorry. I know.
We need a sight unseen pre-order page.
Yeah, okay. It's whatever, orders at mokohankan.com.
Right to me, I'll put you on the wait list.
We haven't finalized the price, Cameron. We know we've been talking about that, and maybe we can actually talk about a bit of this in public. The gift print has been $30 for more years. I was going to say more years than I've been on this planet. That's not quite true. It has been $30 for many, many, many years.
Yeah.
Production costs have climbed, paper costs have climbed, and as we talked about before, we now are honor bound to start paying our printers more. The value of printers, yes, it's compensation of printers, not just because the market is driving it, because we're part of the market that's driving it. So Cameron raised a bunch of our prices in the shop here bit by bit by bit by bit, and put the money directly into the printers, which we adjust those prices. And the gift print's going to be the same. It's been $30 all this time. And we're not sure what to do. To take it up a big step to say 35 and do it another 10 years, or just go to
make it 31.
A little too small. At the moment, I'm thinking 32.50. That's all. It's like it's $30 plus $2.50 postage, so it's like putting it up by the postage amount.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We haven't done our spreadsheet on it. Well, we have, because we've got the spreadsheet on all the other gift prints, and this is just the next one in the series. It's going to be 7 impressions, maybe 8.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know. And the other thing we're changing, it's already changed on the gift page, is people have been getting an unknown freebie due to David's laziness for the past number of years. The gift print page has been simply this. There's the print plus $2.50 postage. We send it to you, gift dropped already. Over the years, people said, hey, can I order 2? Send 1 to me, send 1 to a friend. Drop ship. It's called okurimono in Japanese. What's it called in drop shipping? Gift shipping.
Gift shipping, yeah.
But the web page didn't allow for multiple shipping to be charged. So we just ate it on the idea that, hey, he's buying 2 prints, bit of extra profit. We're just charging 1 postage, but we sent 2 packages. The last couple of years, it's got out of line. And we've had people, what's the max?
11 or 15.
15. There was one for 15.
Yeah.
So somebody he bought 15 prints, which is great news, gave us 15 addresses and paid 1 postage charge. So, and at that point it starts to get, hurts. So I rewrote the script in the shopping cart and on the gift page so that now when people ask for drop shipping, it actually charges shipping for each one.
The number of addresses.
So if you want us to ship it to 4 different places, it's going to be 4 times $2.50 rather than just $2.50. I'm sorry, it's the end of a little freebie that's been in the website there for all those years. So.
John Becker says, hey, I only ordered about 5 and paid separate shipping. Yeah, we...
some people have been doing that, of course.
Some people have been doing it, but...
There's been just an unknown little thing in there that it doesn't do it automatically.
Yeah.
So now that little escape hatch has been closed. So.
Yeah.
I mean, someone like John who's been a regular supporter does that out of normal ethics, but people who don't know anything about us, they just follow what the instructions are on the website, of course.
Yeah.
They're not evil to do that, they just didn't know.
Yeah. People respond, make it 4,000 yen, finally make some money. 32.50, make it 35, it's worth it. 35 is still a great deal. 35 minimum, so...
there's something else about that too. In general, the prices in the shop here and the prices online, in general, we try and keep them as close as possible. Mm-hmm. There's no way we keep them exact. In fact, have you seen the US dollar the last week?
Changing again.
In the last 3 months, we've lost 10% of our income.
Yeah.
Cameron, 10% of our income.
Yeah.
has disappeared in the last 3 months. That's what Trump is doing, pushing his dollar down to fight the Chinese who are pushing their yuan down.
Yeah.
Ow!
Yeah.
It's a big deal. If it doesn't come back, we are going to absolutely have to raise the prices because of the dollar exchange.
Yeah.
So that's another factor. We're talking about the U.S. dollar price for the gift print of being $32.50 at the current exchange rate. That just means it's back to where it was for us last year anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
There's people are saying check for inflation and start from the start to now, and that's actually what we did for some of the other price adjustments. Was just see
Cameron has been
how
trying
much
to do
has inflation affected our income.
It's a bit of a twist because here in Japan, over the past decade or 15 or 20 years, there has not been a lot of inflation. There's been deflation to a large extent here in Japan, because a lot of industries were deregulated. A lot of cheap clothing came from China. Uniqlo exploded. A lot of food imports became easier. General consumer prices here in Japan have been on a deflationary thing over the past, it's in the years since I moved to Japan. So we don't see that in our daily life in the way that when I was living in Canada in the 1970s, inflation was like, everything was more expensive week by week by week. It was like 17% a year or something ridiculous. I don't know that. But here, it's not a part of our daily life. So we tend here, living in Japan, not to think about such a thing. But right now, with the American dollar going on whatever it's doing, and I have no idea where it's going to come back. It just on the graph, it looks just like this, straight down.
It's like our YouTube views.
So
when there was the glitch. How bad it's gotten.
It's bad. It's like 104 today.
Whoa.
It was 112 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's simply Americans trying to push down.
Using Dave's shop is a built-up skill. A newer interface might help with new customers.
Pardon me?
Someone said using mokohankan.com.
Yes. More, the website is absolutely. I know. And actually, when this YouTube thing happened the other week, it was, okay, Cameron, what do we do? Plan B. Fix the website fix the shop front was number one. Fix the website was number two.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it is. It's being patched and fixed bit by bit by bit. The shopping cart didn't work on mobile until last week, and now actually it works on mobile. I spent an evening on it trying to make it more responsive.
Or if the dollar's crashing like this, it might be a good time to send money from Japan to the U.S. Invest, hoping that
send money from Japan to the U.S. Give it to your family or something?
No, put it in. I have a U.S. bank account too, since we live there.
Start playing currency.
Not playing, just occasionally we
FX
send
games.
money over to there because my credit card is still attached to my
you yourself.
to my to my U.S. bank account. I don't mean go play the exchange rates.
Well, that's the last thing I'm going to do.
But when it's low, I mean, when the dollar is weak, then it's a good time for me to send money
yourself.
to refill my US based bank account. Because
if Mokohankan was that much of a global organization, if we were buying supplies from overseas, if we were buying a kozo from Thailand or something, then hedge it, of course, buy some dollars and do that sort of stuff. But as it happens, all of our supplies, 100% of our supplies are sourced within Japan. We pay yen for them, and they're all local supplies. And 97% of our sales are
abroad.
Export sales. Well, not all to dollar, but anyway, they're the same thing over there. So we're screwed. We're caught.
That's our expenses aren't changing with these exchange rates, but the income does change.
We are an exporter, period.
Yeah. I don't know when you started with $30, but if it was around 1990, $30 in 1990 is $58 today.
Yes, there is that. I know.
I don't know when you started.
Yes, no, I don't know. But the other thing too is perception. People are looking for a gift print. I don't know. I don't know what they're worth. 30 seemed to be. We sold lots of them. We made our little bit of money on them. It was okay. the other problem is too is that people buy lots of this stuff. You know, like I said, 15. If our John bought 4, he says, I don't remember. You know, that's, you know, every dollar you pushed up, that's multiplied by how many copies you want to buy. So, so I don't know. I mean, Cameron and I will do our spreadsheet and then our coin flip or whatever it is we're going to do sometime before the thing goes live.
Yeah.
It won't be 30, we know that.
Yeah.
Whether it's 3250 or 35 or whatever, I don't know. I know, it's sort of a cynical viewpoint here. This is going to be a dynamite image.
Yeah.
People are going to buy it if it's $100. So let's just use this as a chance to bite the bullet, take a big chunk and leave it there for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And this year, because it's such a good, interesting image, you know, is that a bit cynical to say that? I don't know. Or that's common sense. I don't know.
We won't push it to $100.
No, but...
Maybe an individual price and a bulk discount for 5 or more.
That's another good idea too. Yeah. So you yourself put that on the table the other day when we were chatting about this. So quantity discount, and that makes sense. That makes sense to me. So. Yeah, that really does make sense.
Okay, let's not get too greedy.
You mean they get greedy or me get greedy?
No, I think us, since you mentioned the $100 bill, like, it's gonna be so good, people will buy it at 100. Thanks, John. The discount is basically meaningless. Buy 5, your 6th is 10% off.
I don't think anybody's going to get too excited.
No, I don't think so.
The thing about that is, so too, I've never ever done, quote, a sale, unquote.
Right.
I've always been, I mean, I'm not Walmart, but the idea is figure out what you can sell it for, the reasonable price, competitive in the market or whatever, blah, blah, and put it there. Don't do that. It's normally $100, but for you today, this week it's 75. You know, I hate the idea of a sale.
Yeah. I
see my daughter's business. They do this all the time, and whatever, she's fashion, weddings sales, and stuff, where they do the sales. So February, it's time for a sale because they're in the fashion business. But I can't. But I just have never, ever done this. But this idea of, quantity discount, you're helping us a lot. And good. And because we're sort of doing all the bookwork in one batch, we have less
paperwork.
Well, except if we're going to 10 different people, it's still 10 different shipments. So I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
Buy 10 and we'll add 10% to your order.
Now we're talking. Buy one, get one free. Come on, what's the worst that could happen? Thanks.
Bankruptcy. Next question, please.
Yes.
There's something else that I have never implemented but have thought about. In fact, when I set up the widescreen Mokuhanka website, this doesn't exist on the small one, but I put a place where you could make an account for yourself and log in, and it would keep your address, and we'd remember who you were when you came back. And this is actually in place on the widescreen. People still use it. Yeah. And what I was thinking was that that would then allow us to, this is not implemented, but it would allow us to, as somebody was browsing the shopping cart, it knows who they are, it knows their purchase history. You could say, John, great, you've bought this every year. Can we offer you a special price this year or something like this? In other words, sort of a member's card kind of deal.
Yeah.
Well, like every shop around town here has. When you've got your 10 stamps in a row, they give you something or whatever. Yeah. So that's sort of why I implemented that in a core framework, but I've never actually put it up into practice. Give regular customers a deal that doesn't exist for people who are just drive-by customers, and that makes sense to me,
Yeah.
We haven't done sales, but if somebody's a regular supporter of our work, then hey, let's give them the special price, And that might be something to actually maybe think about putting into practice, So.
Yeah. Cameron, you've been here 20 minutes now. Feels like show and time. Show and tell time. It's only 8:45.
There is a show and tell, but it's not like an old auction show and tell. I was going to show, I don't know, we got from Kawasaki-san.
Oh, okay.
It arrived over the weekend, what she's been working on. I don't think we've even talked about this publicly. I don't know. So maybe it's time to expose the project and talk about it.
Yeah.
I think the entire project is still, it's not been super secret, but I think we've never actually talked about it. I don't remember.
It's just accidentally secret. It's not a deliberate thing.
Also, I've got a problem with the schedule here, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I'm supposed to be going to Oma this afternoon, no problem.
Right.
It's low parties. But Wednesday, Audrey booked off.
Oh, no.
So it's just Evelyn-san and Shiba-san.
Okay.
So do I have to come back?
Yeah, the
there's
party, but
parties.
his English is not as...
Yeah. And Evelyn is still technically a trainee.
Yeah, she's still pretty new.
And then the staff person is Doi-san.
Oh, okay.
So it's looking like I might have to come back for Wednesday. And I really, really would like sort of not to. But so I don't know.
Just say a discount code at the end of each stream so we get those big dollar discounts. All our active viewers get discounts.
Well, that's the whole thing too. I know I wrote the code for all these things back when I built the shopping cart. And there is setup for a discount code and stuff like that. We had an affiliate code at one point. People were.
Oh, yeah,
I tried this. This is 15, 20 years ago when I was still living in Home.
Yeah.
Long before we had the Mokohankan shop. On the gift print page, I did a thing like an affiliate system where if people wanted to put a link to it, and people clicked through that link, it was visible in the link. I knew where it came from.
Oh, okay.
And it didn't take off, so I just quietly put it to bed. But that code is all in the back there. There's the code for a complete affiliate system, whereas if people want to put up an ad, and I made the ads. I had downloadable ads, 200 by 200, 180 by 120, whatever.
Wow.
There was a whole library of ads they could choose from. And click-throughs, and I think Lenita-san put it up on her website at some point, and she actually got paid by one or two people bought. It worked.
It worked.
But then it didn't take off, and I just took it down.
Yeah. So Lenita?
Pardon me?
Who did you say did that?
Lenita Schmidt.
Yeah,
it was back then. So Matt Brown put it in his website. We were sort of going to do an exchange. I would mention their websites on mine, and blah blah blah. And I wrote the whole code for the whole. I built an affiliate system. It's all in the background there still. You can see it in the order entry thing. You've seen it. There's actually codes in there at the bottom. It's at the bottom. You've never asked me about it, but like.
I think once when we first started, I was trying to figure out what is it in this email. And then said, well, we don't use it, so
affiliate links.
Forgot about it. Yeah. So many podcasts have discount codes nowadays. Not that there's anything wrong with creators getting money, but it gets noisy sometimes. This is I believe
so
it.
that's why I said we've basically put that kind of stuff to bed.
Yeah.
We don't do sales, we don't do discounts, we don't do blah, blah, blah.
I never listen to any podcasts. Is that... It's a pretty popular thing to do, though, to
I guess it's
ride on trains or
car
rides and stuff.
In the beginning, I had the idea it didn't go anywhere, but I hear lots and lots about it recently, I think, and it's probably American commuters in their cars, I think is the...
I think so, too. Although this is Mark who said he's got it.
So Marco-san is here. Okay, I sent him an email just before the stream. I sent him a rough draft of the video script and stuff like this.
Oh, okay.
What do you think, sir? All okay, as is?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. He said a little while ago, my vacation, when we were talking about vacation days and stuff, he said my vacation ran out, so that's why the project suddenly got ready.
Vacation ran out.
Yeah,
wait a minute. So he had less free time, so it got. Wait. I don't understand.
Maybe he finished it at the end of his vacation on the last day of vacation. I'm not sure. At the end of podcasts, people say, and thanks to my supporters. And
we should
announce codes or something.
Yeah, I don't know. We're supposed to be doing this with our videos. And Dave wants to thank all the Patreons for helping make these videos possible and stuff. And I'm a bad boy. I don't do that, And I'm supposed to be thanking the Patreon people all the time. But
because they are indeed helping.
Yeah. And I don't do it because it just, I don't know. It sounds like again like you're trying to promote the idea. Click here to subscribe,
Yeah.
But the downside is I never actually say thank you to people. So I don't know.
I was hearing thanks to all our supporters and patrons. Does that sound like we're saying thanks, or does it sound like by the way you can sign up?
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'm erring in the wrong way here.
Yeah.
I don't know. So.
Last day of vacation equals a mad dash for exporting those files.
So the work was done on vacation. I thought his work was done during work time.
No.
The vacation was away from this. I see. Yeah. Sovka. So he spent his vacation working on, it's a busman's holiday. I see, okay.
Guess so.
Graphic designer on vacation doing graphic design. Okay. I've been there, done that.
Villager Vince, a question about woodblock printmaking. Wow. Is it possible to make a gradient in a circle when the light source is round? If it is, do you have any examples?
This is nightmare. These are nightmares. Nightmares for printers.
What, is there one in here, or am I misremembering? Is it Mystique?
Where would be? Yeah, Mystique. It's in the black pamphlet. Mystique. It's the stuff of nightmares for printers, of course. Because a straight line with the brush, you've got control over the brush. As soon as you start going curved, the pigment inside the brush moves up into the wrong parts of the brush. It's the insect on the kaki. Is that the one that's missing in there? No. There's a big insect, the moon.
Yeah, I just passed it.
Is there? Oh, there's this sort of curved gradation around the moon there, and there's also. That's not so bad.
Yeah, that one. I know I've heard from you or the printers upstairs telling me, no, not this.
Yes, not this, exactly.
Oh, no, that's different.
No, that's the other way around. That's easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I was having a good day until you mentioned that. These are nightmares for printers. So, and the smaller they get, the worse it gets.
This shows up at all. Here you can see the gradation outside of the moon. Following the curve there. Good day ruined. Vivid KP says, I'm about to attempt a round bokashi.
Well, the bigger they are, the easier they get. And,
because they're closer to straight.
Whatever. Yeah. So just going around that corner with the brush, the pigment goes into the wrong part of the brush. So.
Crow's Moonlight print has a radial gradient.
I know some versions of it do. We didn't on ours. Number 45, it's in there. Second bin. Yeah, right there. That's it. Yeah. So we didn't. We've done it with a gradation, just a soft dab in the middle of the moon.
Oh, okay. Like the.
Yeah. And that's why, because it's just simply too many spoiled copies. The game is not worth the candle.
Japanese question. Akatora-san says, David-san,
はい。
どのくらい日本に住んでいますか?
どれぐらい何?
Yeah, like, how long, I guess?
34年です。今35年目です。昭和時代から、昭和覚えてますか? 昭和62年。珍しいですか? 国内の Twitch viewer. Welcome. What's the proper word? Yokoso. いらっしゃいませ. I don't think that's quite the right term when someone joins a Twitch stream, not having seen any Japanese Twitch streams. Yokoso かな.
John Becker says, you could set up a jig, a brush tacked to a ruler with a pivot point. You get a nice repeatable motion.
Well, this is what I did for the Hizakurige print. It's Surimono album number 5. It was a big fan print about this big, and it's a Hiroshige scene, so it needed an Ichimoji Bokashi. So I made a Lazy Susan, and I made a jig. Got the brush ready, and with my right hand I rolled the Lazy Susan, my left hand I hold against the jig. There's a web page about this. I blogged about it way back in the old days.
Cool.
I built a Lazy Susan. It's still there in Omer to do that particular circular gradation. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways to kill the cat, whatever.
Skin a cat.
Skin a cat, sorry about that. Excuse me. After slipping into Japanese there, I forget my English.
Yeah.
Funny.
John Becker says, Dave's nuts for jigs. Ken Howell. I didn't know Dave liked to dance. Wrong jig.
Most jigs, they're so much fun. And when I was starting that tool project to build the tools, just before Jed came along, I spent months building jigs to build the tool
to make
handles.
the tools.
Yeah, to make the tools. It's so much fun.
Just an unexpected response. Didn't know you liked to dance.
Aoyama-san too. You should see Ome.
Yep.
Next time you get out there. We're doing these boxes. You know, the box company makes our boxes for the JJ series.
They get one to show what we're talking
Whatever,
about.
but the company who makes them won't do that groove in the top. They think it's too meddlesome. What's the word? Not meddlesome. Mendokusai. What's the
Yeah.
troublesome? Too troublesome. So they're like, you do it yourself.
Said, okay.
But so Aoyama's built a bunch of jigs, and actually I should tell a story. We were out there working together last weekend, and I hear the router upstairs, bzzz, 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 and the sound changes. Bzzz, bzzz. He tries to push this too hard. It needs sharpening, but he's like, "Oh, I've only got 10 left. Push it, push it, push it." Yeah. And then I hear this sound.
Oh no.
And 5 minutes later, there's silence. And then 5 minutes, he comes down and he shows me a box, and it's all split out at one end. And he's like, you should have sharpened that piece. He says, well, we just had 10 left. And, So. But it turned out the last 5 or 10 or 15, that what had happened wasn't that it was too sharpening. The router bit had become loose. And he should have recognized it by the sound. So it was going a little deeper, little deeper, little deeper, little deeper. So these slots get progressively deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper as he goes.
Oh, no.
So he spent the next couple of hours cutting strips of wood, gluing them in, and
So in an attempt to save 5 minutes.
yes, he costed himself
added a couple
hours. Yes, exactly.
Oh no.
He's a nice guy. He's smart. He's super smart. But he gets himself in trouble because of it. It's exactly the same as somebody else I know when I'm looking in the mirror. That's why he doesn't do sizing anymore. Because he just misses that last little bit of delicacy.
Yeah.
He's good at figuring things out and roughing it out. And let's just get this done. But he misses that last step of delicacy. And I've got both. I've got to look, let's just blow this through, let me get it done, paste it together and do it. But I also have for the sizing and the carving and the printing, which Aoyama-san doesn't have. So, which is why he's no longer involved in any of the production stuff like sizing.
Sad memes. Dave mentioned most of the sales were from exports and not in Japan. Is that why you don't stream in Nico Doga? Yeah.
Well, part of it, I guess, it's a wide question. We have tried again and again to increase our visibility in Japan. We've made new websites here and there. We've rebuilt shopping carts. We've tried to ride the tails of the TV promotions that get done about us. And it never, ever, goes anywhere. In terms of sales in the shop, or increased visitors to the shop, or increased contact with young people who might like to do our work and stuff, it never goes anywhere. We just can't make this thing fly in Japan. Yeah. And in recent months, whatever, now Cameron and I basically I can't say we've given up on it, but look, that's the way it is. The world out there loves our stuff. The world here in this country almost couldn't care less. We did try and build up enough of beating our head against this brick wall. Let's just do, there's our market, the world. Let's just focus on our real market out there and don't sweat too much what's not happening in Japan. And that's where we stand at the moment. We know we need better social media here. We should maybe do YouTube videos. Maybe we should do Nico Nico. I don't know. Yeah. But we've pretty much, our plate is full every day servicing the market that loves us. Why should we frustratedly keep banging our heads against this concrete wall to try and open up a market that maybe is not even there? Yeah. We're on this all the time. We're thinking about this all the time. Yeah.
Even when I've talked with Japanese people recently in my community, they're interested in what I'm in where I'm working, and they think, "Oh yeah, I've seen you on TV," and it's really cool you're working there. I'll look at you on Instagram
and think about it. And that's all.
It. Yeah. It's not.
Whereas Westerners have all those things. They're interested with the added thing that they also want to physically own our work. Yep. And I'm not trying to be Mr. Venal, businessman, capitalist, whatever, but we have to have an exchange. If nobody out there wants to physically own the products that we make, then we're done.
Then it's not a business to have.
It's not a business to have. So it's a nice hobby, whatever, at that point, but it's not a business. And as it turns out, there has been a market out there. You know who you are. And as a result, we can keep putting rice on our table. But it happened for me in Japan decades ago.
Yeah.
And that's a sort of a bit of a question why it happened for me for like 15 years, 20 years. There's a number of reasons for it. It was a bit of a bubble economy time.
Yeah.
Foreigners doing this kind of thing back then were rare. It was, oh my God, look at the dancing bear. You know, let's get a souvenir of this, you know. But that's nothing now.
Yeah.
Nothing. So anyway, it's something we do think about all the time. I'm probably not even exaggerating if I say we think about this every day, how to handle this issue.
Yeah. A few Japanese friends I showed my prints were pretty uninterested, but foreigners usually love them. It's just how it's been. They think, wow, it's so cool that you're making ukiyo-e and other prints, and that's neat. Thanks for telling me about it.
Yeah. So we get it. It's okay.
Well,
but we haven't given up, and we are on it all the time. Yeah.
Is it true that in the past Japan never really saw ukiyo-e as art? Maybe that's why they still don't value it.
Of course, that's exactly true. Of course.
Yep.
Not only it wasn't art, but any person in Japan who is a high-class cultured person is repulsed by this stuff. The emperor will never come to an exhibition of ukiyo-e, period. He wouldn't be permitted to come near the stuff.
But he invited you to...
No. I mean, the organization, the government makes those lists. It's not the emperor, for God's sake. You know.
Yeah.
The government agency made up a list of who we'd like to do this year, and it just goes out over his name. He doesn't know who I am, of course. I should be careful about that story. You know, Dave has met the emperor, and he was invited by the emperor to do this, blah, blah, blah. That's in form only, you know.
How much time do you need for the show and tell? It's
Oh, no,
9:04 now.
No,
so.
just 5
Okay, just right at the end. Microhex says, good morning, Dave. Good morning. There are a couple new names I don't recognize. Geek TV, Fushisu, Microhex. Welcome, new people.
What, have we been rated or something, you mean? Or?
No, it didn't say we got rated or anything, but just several names that are new to me.
We updated the data on the banner outside, the social media banner, you know, YouTube accounts and stuff like that. I noticed the Twitch follower count dramatically increased since last time I did it, a couple of weeks ago. So there are new followers out there, I guess, new people watching. And all they see every day is the same thing. So, I'm sure there's people that came to us on Twitch, saw this 2 weeks ago, came back today and said, what? This is a repeat of what happened 2 weeks ago. You know?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry about that. The work is cyclical, and repetitive.
Now a whole bunch of people are saying hello, lurking. Some of us are just lurkers. Dead Wolf, KP, Bowling Hat Guy. Hello, everyone.
Thanks for joining us, gang.
Yeah. We need to break it up with an exciting sizing stream. Thanks, John Becker.
Yeah. Don't threaten me or I'll do that. You know, I was up there yesterday. I did sizing yesterday morning.
Oh, yeah.
These are things, you know, I used to stream 6 days a week. Now we do 3.
Yeah.
The other 3 days I size.
Yeah.
We were up there yesterday on a day champ. She wants to really learn how to do that. So she and I have spent a bunch of the sizing. She joins me for this.
Oh, okay.
And yesterday, as it happened, she's been doing well, so I let her go ahead with some, because it was paper for one of her jobs.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the sizing jobs yesterday morning was paper for a day champ.
Yeah.
So she said, like, can I? And I said, okay, well, let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah. So she did the whole batch.
Oh, wow.
She did the first half of the batch, but it wasn't going well. So she said, look, in order that I can get a few good prints out of this batch. So I did the second half. And we tagged the paper.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. She's going to be able to see on her printing bench the exact results, how much different. So, but I shouldn't lend it there because she's doing okay. She's doing very well. I mean, I've been doing this for a decade or so, the sizing, and she's just starting it. So, and her problem is it's her physique. She is a wispy little, delicate little girl.
Petite.
Petite. Okay, that's the right word. So, and it's a physical job.
Yep.
It's a physical job. I'm not the most muscle-bound guy in town, but I can handle that level of holding a brush back and forth. And I've worked out ways to hold the brush that don't involve the biceps, like the big
Right.
old guys. It's biceps, boom, ga, boom, goom, ba, ga. And I don't have the bicep, so I do it by locking my arms and moving my body.
Yeah.
So I use body strength rather than bicep strength,
Yeah.
which I don't have. And Ray-chan's even worse than me. I mean, you can just her bones, you can see the bone all the way up, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get her, lock your body and slide across. And she keeps trying to do it by moving her arm. And
yeah.
it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Good morning, Muslim Sound. Should be a quiet day today, I think. I'm not sure. It's a holiday outside, so Asakusa will be crowded. But
will they
that
come
won't,
in?
No, that won't necessarily transfer. Yeah, so. And there's a new party. If you check the computer over there, there's more people for the 1 o'clock party. It's worked out well.
Dave needs to teach her the sizing ninja stance.
Well, no,
Ayumi, right?
no. Because Ayumi-san, she does that stance, leaves her body, and does it all with her arm.
Yeah.
And that's what I can't do.
Got it.
So I'm not doing the ninja crouch.
Yeah.
So
Got it. A workout with Dave stream.
I should have thought that would be next year. No biceps? What to do? Come and join Dave as he shows you.
Yeah.
Strip off down to our t-shirts or something. It's hot up there, man, up on that third floor. It's like 45 degrees up there, you know. It's hot.
Have you tried dumping the water on the roof?
Because it would just disappear. I mean, the concrete's that thick. So what do we have to do? We'd have to dump it all day long on there just to get the, the thing cooled down. So it would need simply a light spray happening 24 hours a day that would just evaporate. And what would the water bill be? I don't know. So the theory of having water up there is nice, but in practice, on a thick concrete roof like that, I can't see it making any
We
difference.
just need to put like
If you had
20 centimeters of dirt
If
and
we were
grow a
building from
garden on
zero,
the roof.
absolutely, if we were building from zero, of course, common sense, but that's not the situation.
Yeah.
It's a leaky concrete roof up there.
Yeah.
And we can't just plant a garden up there, I'm sorry. That would be a staggeringly major project.
Mm-hmm.
Collapse the building and extra weight while we're doing it, I'm sorry. So at the moment, there's nothing to do, just open windows at both ends. And I was okay yesterday because there was no printers here. So I just opened the windows at both ends.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
got a good breeze,
You got a breeze
through it.
going across the building.
あった細野さん？ありました？ I didn't hear any music playing there.
Paint the roof white. It's already a light
It's a
blue
light color, yes,
right?
it's light,
It's very light.
It's just simply it's a concrete slab under direct hot sun. There's just no way around it.
Yeah.
In this era, we would build it differently, but that was built in 56 or something like this.
Coming up with ideas, canopies and stuff.
Well, basically, a green roof would be the common sense one.
Yeah.
But it's a legacy building, Yeah. It's also not mine, of course.
Yeah. Cover it with aluminum foil. Let it reflect.
Maybe that might help.
Big mirror, blind any pilots
I mean,
flying
the other
over.
thing is, the other half of the year we are gaining, we're gaining heat from that. Although the sun is at a low angle, so it's not such a great deal. But we are gaining heat from there, I'm sure. That fourth floor must be considerably warmer than it would be a third floor.
Yeah.
It must be considerably warmer. So but I've come past the point now where I cleared out the calligraphy here, so actually, it's as far as we're going to go today.
Caught up to yourself again.
Yes. Yes.
So is the next step then outlining the calligraphy?
Yeah, I'll rub away the paper. There's a row and a little half a row. So the next stream will be this. This, I guess, will be Thursday morning. And then it depends. If after I've done that, then if I have the tracing ready for the gift print, I might have to just put this aside. Well, Mr. Little young Octopus might have to wait while I do the gift print carving. And then once I've got the gift print carved and off to the printers, then I can come back to this. So
Yeah.
the saga continues.
Indeed.
But I think for sure I'll finish this column here to the end of this thing before I put it to bed for a while. The Spanish people were on Saturday for their movie making.
Oh, yeah.
They came. It was okay.
It was okay?
They were not very well organized, but we managed to get it done. They came early as it happened, which was good. So we jumped in there right away and got running. And we used up, so it took nearly 2 hours, but we got it. So because they were early, from around 12:30,
Yeah.
and we were able to get in and out and get it done before 2:30 when the next party started.
Nice.
So, and the girl, luckily, the actress girl who was doing it was sharp.
Yeah.
She was sharp.
Cool.
So I practiced a bit with her off camera first to get the paper holding, stuff like that. And then we jumped in and she did it just perfectly.
Nice.
The finish print looked really good. And if she'd been a turkey, it would have been just game over.
Yeah.
But she was good. The producer was a turkey. They were fumbling with their cameras, fumbling with their mics. They had an overhead boom mic and the shadow kept coming on top of us and the guy just couldn't figure out how to get it out of the way.
No.
Half the time she and I just stood there while they figured out what to do with their stuff.
Yeah.
And they had a real agenda. If you read the email that they sent, they have a real agenda. It's not worth going into it now, but they have a specific
Story they want to tell.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's anti-education and anti-church and anti a bunch of stuff, and showing how young people these days with the anime have created a world without having to be told what to do by their older generation
society.
and stuff.
Huh.
And like,
Interesting.
I don't think that's what anime is about, but whatever. I think most of the anime produced is controlled by larger organizations and corporations, and some very little bit of it is produced on the desk of individual kids. But it's no different from any other industry.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, he had an agenda. He's a Japanese guy who's been living in Spain for 30-odd years, 35 years.
Oh, wow.
And it's perhaps, I may fall into the same category, you're living in a foreign country, and he seems to have eagerly tried to discard his Japaneseness, and I'm now going to think like a foreigner because I'm living over there,
Yeah.
And the image he have of what foreigners are is different from like what they really are. It's a 35-year-ago Japanese person's view of what
A non-Japanese person.
Yeah. The idea that it's okay, because I'm not Japanese, I can say anything. Foreigners, they can say anything. They don't have to think about the meaning of the words and stuff. I'm like, that's not how it happens, But anyway, whatever.
Interesting.
But I may, having been able to see this in his character, I myself may be in some ways falling into a similar sort of thing. I'm here living in Japan now for 34, 35 years.
Yeah.
And I have a certain image of what I can do and can't do in Japan. And that's probably based to a large degree on what I learned 35 years ago. So the Japan I'm seeing in my own mind is a historical Japan, and yet the Japan I really live in all around me, which is in front of my nose, but which I don't notice because I've got my ideas all set in concrete. So it's interesting to see him, and makes me think about myself. Dave, maybe you should rethink some of your basic
Perceptions.
perceptions,
So with that group, was the main language you all spoke together English or Japanese or Spanish?
It was all over the place.
It was all over the place.
The producer man spoke funny, strange Japanese and then Spanish and no English.
Okay.
The girl spoke Spanish and English,
But no Japanese.
And the cameraman spoke only Spanish, nothing else.
Huh.
So we played with this, you know. So I never spoke to the cameraman myself,
Right.
and to the producer. That's fine. It's not my job anyway.
Yeah. Interesting.
But the girl was sharp, which made everything happen.
Cool. Well, that's good. Dave, have you ever done an inverted print before? I don't know exactly what that means. Are you familiar with the term
No,
inverted?
I'm not sure what you mean. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Everything I do is reversed, you mean? I'm not sure an inverted print.
Yeah.
I don't know the term. I'm sorry.
Give us some more details and then try to answer. David KP is wondering, were you ever able to find anything out about the Iwano paper that McLean's has?
No.
Still haven't heard
I'm
back,
sorry.
right?
Yes, it's on my list of things to do to give him a chat. I called a couple of times and they're busy. Didn't answer during the day, which is what you expect. It's been on my list of things to phone them on a Sunday when they're nominally not working. But maybe we should phone them today because it's supposed to be a day off. So what if you maybe jog me about it? So sorry, Karen. No, I don't have anything update for you. I'm sorry.
No. When I read Villager Vince asked, when I read the diameter of Chuban size, it describes the size of the paper or the size of the design?
The diameter
Or I guess
of
diameter.
Chuban size.
Probably
That makes
the
no
measurements
sense.
of. Who reads that something is Chuban size? Is that the size of the paper?
I don't know. In our world, it's the size of the paper.
Okay.
You know, a Chuban size print would be talking about the size of the physical piece of paper, because Chuban is a paper size, not an image size. In the old days, such things were the same, because in the old days there were no margins. Nobody was framing anything, and for the most part, imagery on the old prints extended the full dimensions of the paper for the most part. If you look at the prints in the old Meiji folders over there, you'll see they have no borders.
Yeah.
And nor are they trimmed. They're just printed as just pretty much right to the edge of the
straight to the edge.
But in the modern era, when people are making artwork, they're very, very commonly leaving margins on. We do the same thing. Our Ukiyo-Heroes prints have an actual margin of about 9 millimeters. So paper size and image size have become two different things.
Yeah.
But traditionally, there was no such thing as image size.
Yeah.
I see I have some more things to check when I get
Yes.
off the stream. Okay, Cameron, should I do that little quick show and tell thing?
Yeah. And it's 9:19. So
Okay,
sort of
no problem.
read
I'm
some
at the end of that
questions.
Clever Figaro anyway, so it's good.
Yeah.
Good.
How long have you been working on carving this print? Well, it's been on and off for a while, right?
Back before I had a beard or something.
Before you had a beard.
I don't remember. It's an ongoing side project.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, the show and tell is, it's a block, a carved block, freshly carved block, never touched by brushes.
Need to move the corner frame out of there.
Yeah, go ahead. Is Jed with us today?
I haven't seen him, but
He was here the other day. Too bad he's not here.
because he could show the stuff.
Yes, it's a carved block, and this is one of 2 key blocks, and then an assortment of color blocks, which of course have yet to be made. It's the first of what will be a full set of blocks for making a Mokohankan original Chuban. Somebody just mentioned a minute ago, an original Chuban publication based on a design from a guy I met once upon a time, Jed Henry. He and I have been working together to do the Ukiyo-Heroes prints. We've been doing subscription prints year on year. And he, at his end, is branching out into different stuff, working with different carvers and printers. Even though Ukiyo-Heroes is continuing, he's exploring different carving and printing at his end, because he's worried about Dave dropping dead, but whatever, that's a different story. It's okay, we're also trying to spread this, the whole thing around the world. And at our end, with JJ starting, the Japan Journey series starting this year, we are trying to train ourselves, as in color separation and cutting blocks, and our printers doing layered colors. We're trying to train ourselves in doing prints of the Shinhanga style, these sort of photographic type prints that were common in the 20th century.
Yeah.
The JJ series this year is going well. We're learning. We're getting better at it. Month by month, literally, we're getting better at it. So a couple of months ago, Jed and I banged our heads together. I don't even remember who suggested it. Might have been me, might have been him. I don't know. I think I might have thrown it up to him. Jed, throw me a design in Chuban size, this kind of restrictions, 10 blocks, whatever, blah, blah, blah. no series, no nothing. Draw something you'd like to draw. Oh, I remember now too. We had talked about the Japan Journey series. The first one was a night scene.
Oh, yeah.
He had sent me along the way. He wants to do August as a night scene, December as a night scene. There were too many night scenes in his idea for the JJ series. So one of them, a series of Obon dancers at a temple.
Right.
I said, look, let's set that aside and think about how we can use that in a different time and place.
Yeah.
And then the idea came back up. Let's use this in a different time and place. Let's publish it as a separate, independent print.
Yeah.
No connection with the series, no connection with subscriptions. Let's just make a new Shinhanga print. Nice print. And here it is. He worked on a design, and we batted it back and forth. And this is the first of what will be 2 key blocks for the design. It's going to be set in a darker key block and a lighter key block. In the old days, the Shinhanga prints were made to a large extent on metal blocks with fuzzy key lines. I'm looking for a bit of a different approach. We're going to do some quite sharp lines, a little bit more like the old ukiyo-e prints, more like Hasui type prints, rather than blurry Yoshida type prints.
What are these dark spots?
There's a few red spots here. She is chipped. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 places here, where she was carving. This is Kawasaki-san, our carver in Kobe. And there's a few places, it happens to all of us, where she chipped the block. And in order to be able to fix it, she took a quick little impression. She rubbed a bit of pigment on here, took an impression with a piece of paper to see. After she put the repair back in, she took she didn't want to cover the whole block with pigment, but she just, in one tiny area, put a bit of vermilion on it, took a quick tiny impression so she could see. So there are 4 places here that have been chipped and repaired. You will never ever see these again. You will never know about them. They won't be visible in the finished print. But at this particular stage, before the general pigment goes on, they are actually still visible. Cool. And I don't know if you can see what it is. So can you guess what's going on, or can you see what's going on? There is a young man here. He's not floating in air. He will be up on a tower. He's banging a drum. We have a field of dancers here, and looming over the whole thing, the Zenkoji Temple in Nagano. This is a famous place. It's a real event. They do a famous Obon dance festival every year.
Probably Obon is around right now.
This weekend. It's probably going on as we speak tonight or something. Long weekend. Actually, it might be. Actually, it might be this weekend. This is the first of what will be a bunch of wood blocks to make this thing. And she has done it. She's carved away and carved away and carved away and nibbled and nibbled and nibbled and nibbled and nibbled. All these people dancing. And of course, it's going to be a night scene. This is going to be quite dark. These people will be in different colored kimonos. There will be lights. You can't see them here at all yet. But knocked out here and there, what looks like blank spaces in the thing here. These are where hanging lanterns. In fact, you can see. I don't know if you can see where my fingers are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row here.
And there's a photo of some hanging lamp. It's not the same image, but
is that what Jed copied from?
No, it's totally different.
But yeah, that's the scene. So we've kept it realistic. I think Jed was here when he was up there last year hiking, right? 2 years ago. He actually dropped by this place. So
it's not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow and the next day. So it's this week.
All right. So you can get it. This is going to be a night scene with hanging lanterns and people dancing in a dark sky with this temple looming over these people dancing. And it's going to be, I don't know the statistics, the first new Shinhanga print of its standalone version published in, no idea.
Oh, wow.
I don't have the research, so I don't know.
Do you need any reference photos? Does Moko Hankan want to fund a trip to Nagano? No. Just kidding.
Are you asking for the stream or asking for yourself?
Just
talk to Jed, he's already done the picture.
Oh yeah, darn, too late.
So there it is. She's not working on the other key block, the darker key block, which has the mudabori for the lantern shapes and the lines and wires and the platform. The platform that's missing here is in a darker tone because it's lit up brightly. There's bright lights all around the platform. So it's sort of the light highlight of the print, and its light and the lantern light casts down on the people, and we've got some light coming up onto the front of the temple from below because all the light here comes from this point. It comes from the middle down on the dancers and up onto the temple. There's a deep sky and deep trees at each side.
And I think on his Instagram page, he may have shared
early
sketches of it.
I think so.
It's obviously not the finished wood block print.
Do I have it here? If you scroll up and down in this here. zinc koji.
Oh.
Pop that up. Oh my God! There it is. There it is. Look at this.
So here's one of the sketches
This
for
is,
it.
no, it's probably the Photoshop file coming from it. Yeah. I think that's not the final because there's too many repeated colors in the people here. We want to do a better job with mixing up the colors on the kimonos. So color separations, this is irrelevant, but the overall look and mood, this is what we're going to get. And also, I want more light on this temple coming up from below. That to me is a bit boring at the moment. So this is the concept. How it will play out as an actual woodblock print is.
It'll be different.
It'll be different, but that's the key. You can see the key blocks. You pop that down away again. All those people dancing, all that stuff. These are the lines of the people doing that. And this must have taken her a day or two.
Yeah.
And you were asking me payday stuff. Yep, she has worked for her pay this month. Absolutely. Okay. There we are.
Very cool.
There we are. I think it's time for me to go. Where are we now? It's Monday morning here, and we're still on our summer schedule. 3 streams a week. Japan time, Monday morning. Thursday morning, which is Wednesday night for most overseas people, and then Saturday morning with an outside camera, which is Friday night for most outside people. And what we'll be doing is I'll almost certainly be finishing up that poetry, or perhaps stand by on the next stream or the stream after that. I'll be doing the initial carving on this year's dynamite gift print. And I tell you, the internet is going to melt, at least our corner of it is going to melt. Okay, thanks very much for watching, guys. See you
all later.
in a couple of days. Yeah.